Just left our harvest toast. We had to make a quick stop at the World Equestrian Center. One of the guests at the harvest toast told us about it. That place was massive. They must have put millions of dollars in that place, and it was just everything to do with horses. We walked around a little bit, saw a couple stadiums. They have a giant RV park there, so if you're interested in equestrian stuff, check out the RV park. Right now we're headed to Naples. I haven't been there since I was 18. I used to come every year growing up, so I'm excited to get back there. We got about a 4-hour drive, and we're gonna go visit my aunt and uncle. We've been having a really good time here in Naples. A lot of relaxing. Went to the beach a couple times. Yesterday I went for a 12-mile bike ride, this crazy bike ride. I met the lady as soon as I got there. She was a volunteer for the park, and she said, oh, you'll see a ton of gators, 100 gators, she said. I didn't believe her, but I got about halfway through the trail, about 6 miles in, I didn't see a single gator. I mean, I was moving at a pretty good clip, but when I got to the backside of this place, there was one gator after another. Right there. Right there. There's babies. Sorry for the shaky video. I'm out of breath. Look at that thing. But there's some big ones. I came across towards the end of the trail, and there had to be a 12-foot gator laying right in the middle of the trail. I had no choice but to either go past him on my bike or turn around and go 10 miles back, and I wasn't doing that. I'm not that fit. So I went right past him with my wheel maybe 2 foot from his face. That got the adrenaline pumping for sure. Visit anywhere new if you hadn't check out the local brewery. Kim and I went to Naples Beach Brewery. I really liked their wheat ale with blackberries and jalapenos. I was expecting it to be pretty spicy, but it wasn't spicy at all. It had a really good flavor. And Kimberly liked the pineapple coconut saison. They had tons of different beers with different flavors. They really experimented with some different stuff. I would definitely suggest checking this place out. We also went to a local farm market. Oranges were in season, so we grabbed some oranges, and we had to make some orange crushes, of course. If you don't know what an orange crush is, you're definitely missing out. I'll put the recipe down in the description below. Last night we went to Seed to Table, which is actually a grocery store of all things, but has 4 bars, a upstairs restaurant. There was Thursday night. They have live music. There was some rock band upstairs. Unfortunately, I can't put the music in the video because I'll get a copyright infringement. But it was crazy. It was a huge grocery store. The prices were really comparable to anything around here. But man, this place was crazy. It has a daycare for kids if you want to have a dinner by yourself. You go there, you have your dinner, you put your kids in daycare. It has a full bar, craft beers. A whole wine bar, has a whole liquor store inside with a huge craft beer selection, a really big wine selection. There was even a vendor there that was giving free samples out of beer. There was a taco stand, places that made sandwiches, a guacamole station, a lady making fresh pasta. It was the best grocery store I've ever been to. It was crazy. So we wandered around there for probably well over an hour, just checking it and taking it all in. It was amazing. It was a great grocery store. If I didn't say this, Kate, Kim's sister, and her husband Scott are down here as well. They're at Marco Island. It's about 30 minutes away from here, so we met up with them. We went to Tiger Tail Beach. We had to wade through the water to get to the beach. It was pretty interesting.
There's no gators back here. It seems like this is the place they want to be.
No gators. But we stayed on the lagoon side where this way we had to carry all of our stuff over there. But it was a nice beach. It was nice to go down to Marco Island, see some of the houses down there. The money down in this area is absolutely crazy. Kim and I also took a pretty long bike ride. We went probably about 7-8 miles. We went through all the nice homes down off of 5th Ave in Naples where all the restaurants are. Took a look at all the nice homes. Millions and millions of dollars of homes down here. It's crazy how much money they have. You only can dream to have a house like this, that's for sure. Makes our trailer look very, very small. Today's my brother Dante's 33rd birthday. He happens to be down here in Naples visiting my aunt and uncle as well. So tonight we're going out to dinner in Marco Island, and then we're going on a pirate ship cruise.
Now a little birdie just told me that it's Dante's birthday tonight. Dante, put those hands up! Now, it was a special request that I play your favorite song, and here you go, buddy.
Kim and I took a lot of time just to relax. We spent some days at the beach. It's been great. But I had some RV maintenance to take care of as well. The roof, all the seals, I had to take a look at. There's a couple of spots that had to be touched up. Silicone all around the windows in different places that was needing some repair. Our toilet ultimately needed to be replaced, so we ordered one of those on the way down to Naples. Had that here when we got down here, and I replaced that. I'll have that in a later video for sure. That was a whole saga for sure. And then I had our backup camera was bad, so I took a look at that, thought it was the wiring, but here the camera's actually bad, so it was under warranty, so I'm waiting for another one to show up so I can get that backup camera working. We had a great time in Naples. It was really fun hanging out with our family, and we really do appreciate my aunt and uncle let us come stay with them in their backyard. Our trip to Naples is coming to a close. We're all packed up. We're headed out right now. We're headed to a HipCamp up at Crystal Springs, Florida. Well, we made a bit of a mistake. We were headed to our HipCamp in Crystal Springs, Florida. We were on our way, messaged the host and said, hey, we'll be there in about a half hour. She writes us back and says that she's expecting us tomorrow. So we quick scrambled and found a campground, so we have a bit of a detour.
Okay, great. We're on our way now. Thank you so much. Thank you, too.
But that's okay. So luckily we found one campground. They have one site. There's a couple around that required 2-night minimum, but we found one that had 1 night minimum, so we're heading there now. Since we're only staying here 1 night, I'm not going to hook up the sewer, but I am going to hook up our water, so we have some fresh water. My tank's only probably like a quarter full, so I didn't want to travel with that much water, but so we'll hook up the water. No septic. Our site tomorrow that we thought we were going to today is full hookup, so I'll dump then. We dumped probably like a day or two ago, right before we ended up leaving my aunt and uncle's. So no sewer. Got the the electric hookup down there. We got water there. Actually, I have cable, so I might even hook that up so I can watch the NASCAR race. I know, I'm a dork. What can I say? I almost made a rookie mistake. I forgot my pressure regulator. I believe that is one that they put on, but you can't always trust theirs. I like mine because I can dial it back and adjust it to how much PSI I want it. Normally keep it around 40. That's plenty PSI for a shower, and just the water pressure is good. You want to make sure you don't over pressurize it because you can damage your pipes. We just arrived at our HipCamp. If you don't know what HipCamp is, it's essentially pretty much like an Airbnb for campers. You can be a host, and you can host people. They come. This one has full hookups. So I got sewer, I got water, I got electric. This is great. So we needed a dump anyway, and this is a great 2-night stay. I think it's 45 bucks a night. If I'm wrong, I will put something on here to correct myself. But really nice host for literally in our backyard. There's one other camper here. If you haven't ever heard of HipCamp and you want to sign up and take a look, I will put a link on the bottom and get yourself off 10 bucks on your first stay. This is our first time so far. It looks great. We are in Crystal Springs, Florida. Really nice area that has a bunch of areas you can swim with manatees, you can paddle with manatees. A lot of springs that apparently stay about 72 degrees year round. Probably a little chilly for right now, but I don't like cold water, but I will do it for the manatees. We're at Three Sisters Springs. Some clear springs. The water's consistently 72 degrees apparently. And we missed the manatees season by like 3 days. But as we pulled up in this shuttle, they said there was 4 that came in, but they were quickly chased out by all these kayakers and paddleboarders and people swimming. But apparently they've showed up twice today, so hopefully we get lucky and we get some videos of some manatees. There's several ways to access the springs. You can either take like a tour, bring your own kayaks and paddle into the springs, or you can just take a shuttle to the boardwalk here like we're doing. It was with our national park pass. It was $15 for both of us, so I think we saved about $5 each with the national park pass. Here's the only manatee we're gonna see all day. It's a statue. After Three Sisters Springs, we drove over to Homosassa Wildlife State Park. They had a bunch of rescued animals from around the region, which kind of gave it sort of a zoo feel. They had a hippo, alligators of course, a Florida panther, red wolves, a black bear, and various types of birds. It was a really cool park to walk around and see these animals up close. For the price of $15 for an adult ticket, it was the best zoo experience we've ever had. Plus, we finally got to see a manatee. Really can't say enough good things about our HipCamp experience and our host Betty.
If you're ever in Crystal Springs, consider staying at Storm & Family Campground. It was relaxing, quiet, and an excellent value. When we went back for the day, we sat on our patio watching hummingbirds come to eat and listening to the birds sing. It was a perfect ending to a long day sightseeing.
All right, packing up, getting out of Crystal Springs. We are headed to Georgia. We're supposed to be staying at a Harvest Host, but I think we might be changing our plans along the route. We're going to head towards South Carolina. There's supposed to be some bad storms rolling through, tornadoes and damaging winds, and it's supposed to be a little less severe along the coast in South Carolina, so I think we're going to opt to go that way and try to avoid these storms and stay safe on our way to Asheville. We should be there in the next day or two.
6 hours later.
It's been a rough past 24 hours. So yesterday we left Crystal River, our HipCamp there, and headed to our next location. We're ultimately going to Asheville, North Carolina, but we were going to be staying at a Harvest Host in sort of like the outside of Atlanta area. It was supposed to be this giant open field. It was supposed to be pretty nice. It was like an old it's actually an active airport. Looked like a pretty cool location. However, there were some bad storms rolling from west to east. We decided we're gonna kind of go more east where the storms were supposed to be less severe. As soon as we pulled into this state park, it's Givens Ferry State Park in South Carolina, we got here and the thunder started to roll in. It started the torrential downpour. We had a tornado watch, which was active until 11 p.m. Kim and I laid down in bed probably about 10:30, 11 o'clock, and as soon as we laid down, we had a tornado warning. If you've never been through a tornado warning in a trailer, it's a little eerie. They tell you that if you're in a trailer that you should seek shelter. These things aren't really grounded very well. They're not going to survive a tornado very well, and you're putting yourself at a lot of risk. So luckily, right next to our campsite is the bathhouse. So we got the dogs, we went into the bathhouse. That side right there is the women's side. So we went in there because this way we could all be together. One other family came in. That was it, which kind of shocked me. There's maybe like 10 other campers here. You would think during a tornado warning you want to get some better shelter, and we've been through this one other time, and only one other family came in to that bathhouse as well. So they do tell you if you're going to be going through a tornado warning in a trailer that you should find some kind of structure. And with that being right over there, it's silly not to go over there. So we spent probably a good half hour in there with the dogs. It passed. The tornado warning expired. Luckily, nothing happened. No wind damage. Just a lot of rain. We came out. The whole area was flooded. On top of all of that, both of our dogs seemed to have a little GI bug, and Chance woke me up several times in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom. So that was great. So I got nice and wet from all that. Not much sleep the past 24 hours. So we're looking forward to getting to Asheville from here and just relaxing a little bit. It is supposed to be cold, so we'll see how that goes. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, and give us a comment if you have any questions about Naples. Maybe I'll be able to help you out. Thanks for watching. Bye.